The Lansu Chinese Garden is one of only 8 classical Chinese gardens in all of North America, and it's right here in Portland. When you become a member for $100 a year, the Family and Friends membership extends benefits to 2 card holders and up to 4 guests per card, with free daily admission and discounts to the garden shop and tea house. You'll also save on unique gifts from local vendors and on tickets to special events. Plus, you can visit other cultural destinations across the state with their reciprocal admission program. Learn more and join today at lansugarden.org/membership.
I know there's a lot of New Year's resolutions to tighten belts and budgets happening right now, but did you know that January is usually the slowest month for bars and restaurants? Meaning you would be doing your civic duty, being a real hero, some would say, by visiting some food spots in town that you haven't tried yet. So today on CityCast Portland, we have 5 recently-ish opened restaurants and bars handpicked by Portland Monthly's Associate Editor of Food and Drink, Alex Frane, that you should put on your must-visit list. From farm-to-table French food to rotisserie chicken at a 70s themed bar, Alex is telling us exactly what we should order when we're there. It's Tuesday, January 6th. I'm Claudia Meza, and this is what Portland's talking about. Alex, before we get into our picks, I want to know if you could pick one type of restaurant or bar to open in Portland this year, what would it be?
That's a good question. I know what I wouldn't open this year in 2026, which we're in.
Is it an Italian?
It's an Italian restaurant.
It's an Italian restaurant?
Because
Okay.
if you didn't open an Italian restaurant in 2025 and you're waiting to do it in 2026, you've
Too
missed
late.
your chance. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're not going to talk about Italian restaurants, I don't think, today. I would say, I'm trying to think of what Portland is distinctly missing in 2026 that somebody should open. I mean, we got things covered these days, I feel like.
Can I tell you my idea?
Please, absolutely do.
So I really miss Mama Bird.
Okay.
I really enjoyed just chicken.
Yeah.
Roasted to perfection with some amazing dipping sauces and some solid side dishes and excellent cocktails. And I feel like we don't have a good chicken shop. I know we have places that make chicken and potatoes and stuff, but I like, I guess what would it be? Like
the precision.
The precision of Mama Bird, and also that it was like a step above casual. Like it was
Right.
casual,
Right.
but you still felt like you were being taken care of.
I get that. I know what you mean, especially because there are certain foods I don't eat, including a lot of red meats, which we'll get into today a bit. I do have some good news for you because we are going to talk about a place that might scratch that itch a bit for you.
Okay.
No spoilers.
Well, you've put together a list of restaurants and bars that you think people need to try right now.
Sure. Yes.
In no particular order. And most of these places have been open for a few months now. It's not like these are the newest places. It's more just like if you have not had a chance.
Right.
These are the places you need to start your year off.
But they did all open in 2025.
Yeah. And they're still here. Good for them.
And they're still here. And notably, there is not going to be any Italian restaurants mentioned on this list.
Oh my God.
I just want to put that out there because there are some really good Italian restaurants that open in 2025.
So we're starting off with Laverne's in Woodlawn. Like, what is it about this place? Because I know it seems really casual to me.
It is very casual to the point that one of the things that struck me when I first visited, one was I believe it was a Tuesday or a Wednesday, and it was completely packed in a really nice way. It wasn't like I felt crowded or it was too loud or anything like that. Like there's that really positive energy in a really busy restaurant or bar when everyone's vibing, and that's what it already has. And I think that what that speaks to, and the reason I like Laverne's, and I believe this was their intention all along, but it slipped into the Woodlawn neighborhood, and it feels like a Portland mainstay, like a Portland standby. It just feels like it's been around for so much longer than it actually has been. It's this beautiful old space. I think it's over a century old. It served a lot of different purposes over the years. And it has this incredibly retro vibe to it, which was very much intentional. It's one of those Portland establishments that really kind of straddles the line between like a bar and a restaurant. You can really treat it either way. You can go out there and just get drinks and like a Frito pie, like in the bag. Or you can do like what I did and go get a full meal there. And to that point, speaking of what you were talking about, that is definitely my favorite new chicken restaurant in town. So they did what's essentially like a rotisserie style. You can get it half or whole, and it's really like remarkably affordable. It's like $27, I think, for a half chicken, which is going to go significantly further than you might think. Because on top of the chicken, you're also getting served with these beans and slaw and tortillas and sauces. You can kind of make your own little tacos with it.
Sold.
It's really, really good. They really nailed that. And so when you were talking about Mama Bird, that was actually the first thing that popped in my mind. I was like, well, Claudia's got to go check out the Verns then and see how that holds up. Obviously a little bit different, right? This is more of like a neighborhood bar than it is that kind of faster counter service restaurant that Mama Bird was. But it'll definitely, I'm going to say something weird. It'll definitely scratch your chicken itch.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't like that
Alex,
at all. It was terrible.
Did you ever try El Pollo Loco, which is like a chain in LA?
No.
So it's basically that's like rotisserie chicken, and when you get it, you get sides of like salsa and beans and, you know, tortillas and stuff.
Well, we had Pollo Norte here in Portland that I used to frequent with my mom quite a bit, actually.
Pollo Loco is like much, much older, and it's like very LA, you know, it's like churches, El Pollo Loco, you know, like it's like that. Pollo Norte had a bit of Portland in it, if that makes sense.
That does make sense. Well, I've been meaning to visit LA because I have never been as an adult. I've never really been to the city itself. Like, I think I went as a kid and that was pretty much it.
Go to Pollo Loco. Tell me what you think of it.
I'm just really,
and it's like, you know, a fast food equivalent.
Yeah, I'll do it for like a lunch or something.
Okay, cool. All right. So Laverne's. That sounds awesome. So you're saying people if they go to Laverne's, they should get the chicken.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Okay. That is their main focus. And then as far as drinks go, like I haven't seen a bar open in Portland that doesn't have like a really dialed in cocktail menu. Like everyone now is so far past the point of like not knowing how to make a basic drink. If you're going to any sort of bar that has a cocktail menu, you're going out of your way to find one that isn't at least serviceable, if not great. Because I think back to 10 years ago, or longer. And if you really wanted to find like a well-made daiquiri or a Negroni, you'd really have to go to like a particular bar for that. And now, you know, especially because so many bartenders have been working in the industry for so long and have been traveling around different bars, it's just really easy to find a really solid cocktail. And the Verns is no exception.
Yeah, I mean, you've sold me, Alex. I actually literally just texted my girlfriend. I'm like, we're going to dinner here tonight. Like, no joke. Because I want chicken so bad. But let's take a quick break here, and when we come back, more with Alex on places you got to try right now.
Thinking about buying a home in 2026? Well, make sure you do it right. Because most people begin the whole process backwards, falling in love with listings before they understand their financial options. James Adair is a Portland mortgage strategist with Neo Home Loans, powered by Better. He works with buyers across Oregon, Washington, and California, helping them get clear before they start house hunting. A strategic conversation with James helps you see the full picture, what you can afford, how to structure your financing, and how homeownership fits with your wealth-building goals. Visit pdxhomeloan.com to schedule your strategic conversation. No pressure, no obligation, just clarity on your 2026 real estate goals. James Adair, NMLS 272766 with Better Mortgage, NMLS 330511, an equal housing lender. When the unexpected happens, a serious injury, a catastrophic crash, or even a wrongful death, the impact isn't just personal. It can affect families, neighborhoods, and the safety of our entire community. In those moments, you deserve more than legal help. You deserve advocates committed to making Portland safer for everyone. At Diamore Law Group, you're not just getting a lawyer. You're getting a trial team led by veteran attorney Tom Diamore, who has spent over 30 years holding corporations, negligent drivers, and unsafe institutions accountable. From investigating what went wrong to bringing in experts and taking cases all the way to trial, they do the work it takes to protect their clients and prevent the next tragedy. And you don't pay unless they win. Contact Diamore Law Group at 503-222-6333 or visit Diamore Law to schedule a free consultation. They're here to stand up for individuals and for a safer Portland.
So next on your list is Bar Nouveau in St. John's. I've actually been there myself.
I was going to ask how many times you've already been there, actually.
Yeah, once. What do you like about it?
Well, so Althea Gray Potter is the owner and chef. She's probably one of my favorite chefs in Portland, honestly. I've never had anything she's cooked that didn't completely blow me away. And she has a particular style that I really jive with. She kind of mixes classic French and Pacific Northwest, really heavy emphasis on vegetables. I would say that she also really moves away from some of the stuff that I've been seeing recently, which I also really like, which is kind of a more minimalist vibe. That's not really Althea Gray Potter style.
No, she's definitely very maximalist. Yes,
she was,
yes.
yeah. I think she's verging on like straight up maximalism when it comes to her food, and she weaves in just a lot of different influences and experiences over her life, from like her upbringing on the East Coast, this kind of like hippie sort of area that she grew up in, which again fits really well with the Pacific Northwestern style. Anything that's like a vegetable dish on her menu is going to totally kick ass. And she really just has this throwback feel. Like it feels like sort of a 70s style restaurant, like when we were really looking at the birthplace of the farm to table movement. You know, chefs like Alice Waters. And, you know, like it feels like a home cooked meal whenever you eat there in a way that other restaurants struggle to reach, I feel like.
The one thing that I will say, though, that people are like, if you go in there, I'm like, you have to get the deviled eggs.
I was going to say the deviled eggs
excellent.
Yes.
I think they're the best deviled eggs I've had in the city for a while.
They are the best deviled eggs I've had in the city.
So that to me is like, if someone's like, what should I get? I'm like, I know this is going to sound crazy, but get the deviled eggs.
No, fully agree with you on that. And I think it's really indicative of Althea's style, where it is like, again, this kind of simple, hearty, home-cooked dish, but there's just something magical about it. And the chicken liver mousse, I think, is also a really exceptional starter that I don't believe we're ever going to see come off of the menu. It'll probably have different iterations, but I think she always has some form of chicken liver mousse on there.
I had it. It was really good. It was so rich. Unfortunately, I ate with someone who's not a big fan of chicken liver mousse, so like it was just me.
It was just you.
And she actually is very generous with her portions, and
Yes,
so
she is.
I was like, oh, and they're like, "Do you want to take it home?" And I was like, "I'm not eating chicken liver mousse tomorrow." Yeah, it's like I gotta eat this today. So I felt like it was a bit of a waste on me.
It's a lot. It's
but
rich,
it was so good.
like any mousse.
Yeah. Well, your next pick is actually, it's interesting because it's also very French inspired. And this is Le Chelle.
Yes.
Am I saying that right,
I
Alex?
believe you were saying that correct.
Yeah.
Le Chelle.
Le Chelle. This is one of the last spots that acclaimed Portland chef Naomi Pomeroy worked on before she passed away almost a couple years ago now. It's in the old Woodsman Tavern location, correct? Like on Southeast Division.
And I think they're doing a lot of good with that space.
Well, tell us about like what the food feels like.
Yeah,
I have
there's
not
a lot
been.
of baggage coming into this, right?
Okay.
Well, like you said, this was Chef Naomi Pomeroy's last project. And she was, I think, inarguably at this point, Portland's most iconic chef. I mean, she really, I hate to use this cliche, but she really helped to put Portland on the map. I mean, her restaurant Beast, it really changed the way that people appreciated Portland's food, and it both elevated it and also challenged people to be bolder with their ingredients, with their style, with their approach. I mean, it really changed everything.
Alex, I also think it really put a sorry, but it put like a halt on a lot of people going super hard on like, oh, every restaurant needs to be half vegetarian.
Yes, absolutely. It changed the conversation around meat in Portland in a huge way.
Which, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of vegans and vegetarians who are just like, thank you for that.
Yeah. We're still one of the best vegan cities in the country, in my opinion.
100%. But I feel like Naomi was just like, remember fine dining and like no allergens? Remember when people could just eat? Here you go. And there was just something very liberating about that. But I do also feel like she did do this thing
she was
that
a
kind
chef.
of shook, that just shook up Portland's like conversation around food.
Yes, she was a chef in every every metric of the term, in that she did absolutely push people a little bit when it came to eating animals. I remember there's this photo of her that circulated a lot, and it was at the kitchen at the restaurant I worked in down in Eugene. It was hanging up on the wall above the bread cutting station, so I would see it all the time. It was her and her longtime collaborator Micah Paredes, whose name I'm almost certainly mispronouncing, who is the chef at Le Chelle, who more or less kind of stepped in to take over helming it when Naomi passed. But there's a photo of them holding this pig body, this carcass, prepping it for dinner. I probably have it skewed somewhat in my memory, but it definitely stuck with me. I mean, she was very clear about her love of pork and other meat products.
Yeah. Well, the Oregonian picked Lachelle as their number one best restaurant of 2025.
Yeah, that makes sense. And like I said, it came into it with a lot of baggage, right? Because like not only was it our most famous chef's new restaurant, but it was our most famous chef who tragically died. I would say the Lachelle is a lot more of like a classic French bistro. Like you're going to go there for your steak frite, while also still having, you know, her own signature touch and that sort of Portland kind of angle to it as well.
What would you say, hey, this is what you got to get? Because I know that Michael Russell from the Oregonian was like, their French onion soup. That's it for me.
Yeah, right. I mean, that is absolutely, if you like French onion, I have a little bit of a bias against French onion soup that came from years of having to clean the containers that it was prepared in at multiple restaurant jobs. So I've always had like this chip on my shoulder. I had to prepare it at a restaurant as well. And like that always drove me crazy trying to pull it out of the oven.
Yeah.
So I had this big chip on my shoulder about French onion soup.
Oh, Alex, I'm sorry.
But the other thing that I would order at Lachelle, first of all, they have a really stunning cocktail menu. It changes a lot. Everything I've had there has just been like so lush and beautiful. But because I stopped eating pork and beef, my kind of go-to like fancy protein is duck. And I love a really, really well-prepared duck breast. And they do, I think it changes seasonally kind of what goes with it. But again, I've had the duck there, I think twice now at different times. And they both times have completely been one of my favorite versions of the meat that I've ever had in Portland.
Oh, wow.
Which makes sense. That's this kind of Frenchy, Portlandy restaurant to have a really solid duck. But that's what they have there.
Well, two solid picks. Bar Nouveau, Lachelle. All right. Well, let's take a quick break here. When we come back, more restaurants to try out. So the next spot on your list is an interesting choice because to me, I consider it very seasonal, but maybe I'm wrong about this because in my head, I'm just like, Pal's on Hayden Island. That just opened up this year, like in the summer, right?
Yes. And it's a summery restaurant. Like,
is it open right now?
Yes. Yeah. So they're actually open all through winter and they're offering different kind of approaches to how you can enjoy it. You know, they've got heaters outside and everything. I think you're right. I do think this is the sort of place that you do want to go to when it does get hot out because it is on Hayden Island. It's right there on the marina. You have that riverfront property that is just going to be all summer long. It's going to be absolutely killer. It's going to be really, really awesome. But we live in the Pacific Northwest. We live in Portland and, 7 months out of the year, 8 months out of the year, it rains nonstop and we're just going to have to deal with that. So I say go to Pal's even still. It'll be a little less crowded, but it'll still be good.
As soon as I said that, I was looking, I was like, wait, are they open? And the last thing I can see here is that they had a Feast of the Seven Fishes.
Yes, they did.
For Christmas Eve. That actually sounds amazing. That is so cool.
Because this is a very seafood heavy restaurant.
So what would you get there?
Seafood.
Just seafood, anything.
Yeah,
okay, cool.
Really, like for me, in the dinner time especially, they do kind of a little bit of like more upscale, like platings and these kind of nice seafood cuts and everything. But my favorite part about Pal's is treating it more like a casual fish shop that you would find in the Oregon coast. So like their fried fish sandwiches, really, really good. They do like bowls. These chilled noodles are really good. Get that with like a Negroni or a local beer or something like that. Afternoon when it's nice out. I think that's a pretty killer experience.
Nice. Okay.
And you're going there half for the vibes, right? Like you're going there for the food, obviously, but you're also going there because it's on Hayden Island. It's on the marina. You got this view of the Columbia. You get to see all these boats passing by. It's really nice.
Well, the last one on your list is Little Barbecue, which operates out of Tough Luck Bar in Northeast.
Just down the street from Laverne's. It's in Woodlawn as well.
I remember going to Tough Luck Bar and eating there, but I think it was something completely different. I think they were doing like a Korean fusion of some sort.
Sure. So one of the things that I've noted about this year in particular is that we're seeing more and more of this phenomenon where a bar essentially rents out its kitchen or a bar shares its kitchen space with a restaurant. So the restaurant handles the food and that's it. And then the bar handles the service and the drinks and that's it. They can just focus on the two things that they're both good at doing. And we've been seeing that happen around town. And one of the places that's most notable is at Tough Luck, And now what happened was Chef Ben Vaughn, who was the pit master at La Barbecue in Austin, which is, I believe it's the first Southern style Texas barbecue restaurant to win a Michelin star. I believe that is the case. So La Barbecue is this institution in Austin. It's the sort of place where people line up at like 10 a.m. and start drinking beers at like 10 a.m. so they can get their barbecue by lunch. It's a destination in Austin. So Ben Vaughn moved to Portland, and he was planning on opening Little Barbecue as this offshoot of La Barbecue. And then he didn't have a space for it, and he was giving an interview, I believe, to the Oregonian. And Ezra, who's the owner of Tough Luck, along with his bar group, read the interview. I was like, I got a space. So he called him up and was like, hey, you want to use my bar and you can just cook there? And when I was talking to Chef Vaughn, he was telling me what an incredible deal that was, because like I said, he didn't have to worry about staffing a bar. He didn't have to worry about anything except for making these really incredible Texas style smoked meats. And that's what he serves there. And then they kind of zhuzhed up the cocktail menu as well. So it's got a lot more like barbecue friendly drinks on there. So a lot more like rum and agave based cocktails. Portland has a couple of good Texas style barbecue spots. The ones we have, I think, are really exceptional, but we have very few of them.
Yeah, Portland's not known for their barbecue.
No, it's really not. And part of that is actually a physical aspect, because barbecue is almost always prepared outside. You have these smokers that are running practically 24 hours a day, are constantly slow smoking these meats and everything. That's super climate dependent. Like Texas, there's a reason why it's so big in Texas. And part of that is the fact that they can be outside all year with their smoker, being able to really keep the temperature at a good place. And it's just much, much more challenging for Portland. It's even, I believe, been challenging for Ben Vaughn, who moved up here to kind of adapt to the climate a little bit.
Yeah. What should someone order at Little Barbecue?
So this is not me coming from a place of bias when I tell you this, because yes,
you don't eat beef or pork.
And even still, this is not coming from a place of bias. This is coming from my reports that I've heard all over, is the chicken thighs. So that is not something that he brought with him from La Barbecue. This is kind of his own invention. And it's these smoked chicken thighs that are then like stored in their own fat and then get seared off when they're served. And everyone that I've spoken to who's been there, who gets like the chef's platter where it has all the meats, are like the chicken thighs. It's the best thing there. People keep coming back and ordering those like over and over again, is what the chef told me.
Yeah, I heard that when he first started, any leftover chicken he would make into chicken salad, and that the chicken thighs sell so well that people are so obsessed with the chicken that he now has no chicken salad, and people are just like, where's the chicken salad? And he's like, I got no chicken for the chicken salad.
Yeah, there you go, right? I mean, that's kind of unprecedented, I feel like, for a barbecue restaurant to have its flagship meat be chicken. That's
want to know why?
Unheard of.
Because Mama Bird shut down, and there is a lack of good roasted chicken. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's funny too, because like one of Althea, at Bar Nouveau is her roast chicken. I feel like roast chicken has this overwhelming presence right now, but it isn't in the way that you want it, where it's just like you go in there and get like a quarter bird or whatever and walk away in a few minutes.
Yeah, I like that. But I also love barbecue. I love barbecue, and I love barbecue chicken. And I'm actually, myself, Alex, I'm going to enter into the world of smoking.
Oh, you are?
I'm going to get a little...
You get a little smoker? A little like Weber? Or
I'm going to get a smoker, but I'm not going to get I'm going to get the Smoky Mountain.
Okay.
That's going to be my...
Is that like pellets? Is that like a pellet fed?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Okay.
No, that's wood. And
nothing wrong with
charcoal.
that.
No, I'm not saying, but I'm just saying I'm not going to be doing that.
You're going to do like full charcoal smoker. Okay. What are you going to...
Tending a fire. And
so
stuff.
what are you going to work on? What's your...
Chicken, girl.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Mama Bird clothes. You're going to have to smoke it yourself.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for going through your picks. Now that we're nearing the end, Alex, I got to ask you again, if you were to open up any restaurant in Portland this year, what would it be?
I'm going to open a restaurant called Claudia's Smoked Chicken, and it's just going to be setting up outside your house and making, like, I don't know, daiquiris and Negronis for people while you serve smoked chicken.
Done. Actually, Alex, sick. I hope no one from the city or the county heard that, because that's not happening.
We're not going to get licensed or anything.
That's not happening.
Don't tell my staff at Portland Monthly, too, because they'll really not like it when I start writing all these great reviews for this brand new St. John's bar. When I call it Restaurant of the Year, they're going to get real suspicious.
They're just like, watch out for the dog poop. But yeah. It's in the back. It's in the back of his house.
That's a bad thing to say about any restaurant,
I
have to say.
know they're going to have to look beyond that. I'm saying it's wet out there. I can't just be out there picking every one. Like,
oh, boy.
Alex. Okay. Oh no, we were having our first fight.
Our first fight was the first time I came on this podcast.
That's true.
By the way, have you seen my dive bar update?
I have not. I'll check it out. I'm assuming it leads with Slims.
I don't remember, but I think I might have mentioned it at some point in the lead. It's in there now, though, just full spoilers.
Well, Alex, again, thank you for
Claudia.
hanging with me. It's always a pleasure. And this summer,
I look
keep
forward
an ear
to
out,
our pop-up.
Our secret pop-up. I will clean up the boots. I'll clean them up, okay? I'll clean them up.
Thank you. I don't need that to be my responsibility.
All right. I will. I'll do it.
I'm just going to write all the reviews. That's all.
Okay. That's great. That's all for today here on CityCast Portland. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed the show, share it with a friend or rate and leave us a good review. It really helps us out. And don't forget, you can support this show and get some great perks by becoming a CityCast neighbor. Just visit membership.citycast.fm for all the details. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more from around the city. Until then, see you at Slim's.